And I want to share about how we take someone through the journey. And I want to I'll tie it into my journey as well. And as Greg pointed out, I think Francine and Tedra, we've both experienced together some of the journey that I've been through. So when we take someone through this, though, we talk about their healthy body if they're a client. We help them identify where they currently are from a 1 to a 10. Have you guys all seen this chart? This is the health assessment. And most of you wouldn't think that I needed to lose weight before. I had 9 pounds to lose, but I was hypoglycemic. So my healthy body was probably a 6. Healthy finances, I had a job, I had a place to live, I had food on the table. So probably a 5. I wasn't making big money. But as far as the healthy mind goes, there's nothing like, I worked in companies that were really small. So I didn't have a lot of people I had to communicate with. But there's nothing like working with a lot of people that really challenges and stretches you to see that your communications aren't that great. So what I learned is how important communications are in relationships. Because a lot of my relationships were just not good. A lot of drama. Anybody know somebody who likes drama and they get chewy on it, or you have friends and family who do it? Well, that was me. And what I love about that process, though, that we take people through is we help them identify where they are and where they want to go. And I will tell you, my life has completely transformed who I am as a different person because of this organization, and I'm extremely grateful. But before, what I used to do is have a meltdown. I would get really upset because my clients would be upset. They tell me, oh my gosh, I didn't get my order, or oh my gosh, this doesn't taste good. So I'd be dealing with all of the emotional issues that people would have, and I would bring those to the company because I'm the in-between person, and a lot of times before I was able to manage my emotions, I'd get upset, really upset. Has anybody dealt with someone who's really upset over the phone? So I want to give you some tools and techniques that I've gotten the opportunity to utilize that have helped me move through those situations. One of the things that is one of our biggest fears is, as a coach, what do you think it is? Because a lot of you are in client services, some of you have experience with what we're doing. But for a coach, I was full-time right away when I started this, so commission only. So what do you think the biggest fear of a coach is? I heard not making any money. What was? Not getting paid. But who's that connected to? If we don't help people, the biggest fear we have. So just to help you better understand, a coach who's calling, who's frustrated because the client didn't get the order and the client's telling them, oh, I pay, and there's confusion about what's really happening. They're frustrated, the client's frustrated, and we really care, though. If it gets down to it, we're passionate. The field wants to help people. So when something goes sideways, we get upset. And we want to fight for our clients. We believe that and then it becomes us versus them. A lot of times, some of us don't have the emotional intelligence to manage through it. And I was one of those people. Sometimes I still am. One of the things I've really noticed about being in a community, though, by the way, you work with a client, you build that relationship, you develop that, you call them once a week, and then we call them once a week. We call them every day for the first 4 days, and then we call them once a week, as long as they're on the plan. I've been in touch with some people for 9 years. So you lose a client, it breaks your heart. How many people have had a coach over the phone have a meltdown because they lost a client? What do you think it's like when we lose a coach? You've spent maybe years developing that relationship, working with them, and getting to know them on a really personal level. It's almost like a breaking up. Anybody broke up with somebody in their life? It's painful. And that's the emotion that can come through sometimes. What I learned, because I used to think we all thought alike. I thought everybody thinks just the way I do. You take in a story, if you want to communicate, you want to hear it just the way I would communicate. What I learned, and I want to just do this practice with you, is that that's not true at all. So I'm going to say, the importance of communication. So communication is so important in relationships. Would you guys agree with that? Mm-hmm. With any relationship you're going to have, you have to talk. That's how you build respect and trust. So I want you guys to read this just real quick. So the way we perceive the world is different. Anybody have brothers and sisters? Do you guys see things differently or the same? You were raised by the same people, and everything's completely differently. So when I say, I'm gonna say a word, and I want you guys all to yell out the first thing that comes to your mind. Banana.
Yeah.
One more time. Say it again. What did you guys think of?
Yell for banana.
Even at this level, this was just transformational for me because I had no idea you guys didn't see things exactly the same way I did. And we're, so far away. If you look at corporate in the field, we're at a big distance. Those people are all over the country. So now this is a tool that I've used to help remind me in relationships with my family, with my friends, and with this business, you don't see things the same way I do. So I better find out how you're seeing it, right? Is your banana yellow or is it blue? Did you see a monkey? And one of the first books, and I recommend this to everyone in my life, I've had clients